So, you'll be attending Tomahawk Scout Camp this summer. That's amazing! I'm so excited that you get to come and visit me in my natural environment. There's a few things that you need to be aware of, however, to keep yourself safe and have an enjoyable trip. First, as Scouts and Scouters of the Boy Scouts of America, our primary focus is on the safety of those who engage in the programs of this organization. Another focus is our traditional role of protection of our environment and the wildlife of our planet. It is our responsibility as members of the Boy Scouts of America to balance those focuses to both ensure human safety and harmony with nature. Scouts attending summer camp must be educated in wildlife interaction. Every Scout attending camp must complete black bear education training and certify that they have completed the training prior to arriving at camp. In the 60-year history of Scout camping, since bear education was introduced, there has only been one incident involving a bear resulting in minor injury. The encounter was caused by Scout negligence. More often than not, bears will avoid human contact. Black bears are the resident bears of northern Wisconsin and Minnesota. There are no grizzly bears. The Wisconsin DNR estimated that there are 24,000 black bears in the northern third of Wisconsin. Those numbers are expected to grow. Black bears can be black, brown, gray, or any variety of these colors. A bear's job is to find food. Bears have learned that human garbage is a great source of food, and once they find a source, they will return to the source. Some sources of that food may be human garbage, unattended food, or personal items that smell. So, what attracts bears? Well, I can tell you, we do love unattended garbage. You need to make sure that you're putting your garbage into the trash and that it gets taken to the dumpsters daily. Any unattended food, make sure that you're cleaning up after yourselves. If you drop food on the ground, pick it up. Throw it away. And hygiene products and snacks. Do not leave snacks or toothpaste or similar items in your tent. All these items need to go in the bear box in your site. Hygiene products could be soap, sunscreen, deodorant, anything else that is smellable. Food should be stored in the troop trailer, in car trunks, or the bear box. Food of any kind must never be stored in tents. Food should not be taken into tents at any time. Crumbs, residual odors, they will attract bears. Any food at any time should only be handled and consumed in designated dining areas. So that means when you're packing for camp, leave any snacks outside of the gear you plan to take into your tent, so that when you get to camp, you can immediately put it in a bear box. Keeping bears out. Make sure that you clean up after meals. Tents should not be in close proximity to the food preparation or dining areas. Keep snacks and toiletries in the bear box. Make sure you're taking trips to the garbage dumpster daily. Do not clean or leave fish remains in your site. Leaders should be doing daily tent inspections. But what should you do if a bear comes into your campsite? Well, everyone in the camp should calmly gather at the point farthest from the bear. Your scoutmaster and adult leader will go to that location, and everyone should go with them. There is strength in numbers, and make sure you stay at least 40 feet away. Post an adult or older scout at the entrance, if it's clear of the bear, to warn others not to enter the site. Make lots of noise. Bang pots and pans together if possible. Yell. But do not throw anything or approach the bear. If the bear does not leave, all people should leave the site for at least 30 minutes. If the bear found food while in your site, you need to thoroughly clean the site when you return. You should report the bear's encounter to the camp staff. Know that if the bear found food, there is a strong chance it will return again the same time the next day. But what if a bear enters my tent? Well, it's important to know that this has not happened in the last 50 years. Remain calm. Begin speaking in a loud but calm voice. Do not hit or throw anything at the bear. In a calm voice, call for an adult leader. Stay in your sleeping bag and remain still. Tell your tent mate that there is a bear in or near your tent. In the very unlikely event that a bear attacks you, then fight back. Be loud. Use any means possible to scare the bear off. Ignore all previous notifications and do whatever you need to do to keep yourself safe. Bear encounters while hiking. The buddy system must be used at all times while at camp. Hikers should make noise while hiking. Bears will generally move off, and you are less likely to sneak up and startle one. If you encounter a bear, remain calm. Do not make sudden movements. Give the bear plenty of room. If the bear does not see you, detour quickly away from that area. But do not run from a bear. They can run at 30 to 40 miles an hour, and they will catch you. Avoid bear cubs. So, a history of bear attacks. Between 1960 and 1980, there were over 77 million recreation days spent by humans, and there have only been 27 deaths from black bear attacks. That's 1 in 3.3 million chance. Also in that same time period, there were more than 500 human injuries, with over 90% of those being minor. That's 500 out of 77 million days spent. If a bear feels threatened, it may bluff charge. Stand your ground. If you turn and run, it may engage the bear's predatory instincts. Bears may make a popping noise and paw at the ground, but do not climb a tree. Us black bears are very good climbers. If you're attacked, fight back by any means. Bears near our camp are familiar with humans. Bears that attack are typically from the deep wilderness and have not had previous encounters with humans. So, what are the consequences? If you're found baiting the bear, there's pretty much no leeway here. Those involved will be required to leave camp, and no refund will be given on the very first consequence. However, if multiple people are found to be baiting the bear, the entire unit will be required to leave, and no refunds will be given. If litter is found in the campsite, or improper disposal of food or other smellables is detected, on the first consequence, the unit will be required to clean up the site and perform a service project. The unit on the second consequence will be required to leave, no refunds, and will lose their campsite for the following year. What if you're found with improper food or other smellable storage? Well, those involved must correct the action and perform a service project on the first consequence, and on the second, those involved will be required to leave camp. Should you be found with food in your tent, those involved must correct the action and perform a service project on the first consequence, and on the second, those involved will be asked to leave camp. And lastly, if there's any harassment of bears or any other violation, it'll be up to the discretion of the camp director. So, in conclusion, bears are curious animals, and our first job is to find food and eat. Make sure you're keeping your food and smellables in the eating area only, or properly stored in the trailer or bear box. No food or smellables in your tent or in your gear. Your chances of being attacked by a bear are less than 150,000 to 1, and there's only been one injury related to bears in Northern Star camps in 60 years. Be smart. Be safe. Always have a buddy at camp. No food in tents. Keep the site clean. Trash out. And food should be properly stored. That's it. I hope you have a great time at camp, and hopefully we won't run into each other.